Okay. Here we go, folks. We're coming in here, and this is a special edition of Taylor Uncovered. I have my friend here, Kathy Carroll.
How are you doing?
And I'm Martin Juilliard, and we're coming to you live, I believe, on YouTube, and it's going to be recorded on Facebook. But today is August the 17th, and I've got to put my shades on.
Put your shades on.
Yeah, man, it's too dark. What do I do?
My glasses are dark enough that don't bother me.
Yeah, I like these.
There you go.
So, Kathy?
Yep.
What are we talking about today, Kathy?
Just a post that I put out on Facebook with some concerns about some bidding practices that the city used for their procurement on a federally funded project.
So, we're trying to give an understanding to the citizens of Taylor as to why this was so wrong.
Right, it's favoritism.
Right.
That's what I believe it is. It's favoritism.
Right.
And this is like the perfect example of that for a vendor.
And do you think there were maybe some laws broken, maybe?
Maybe not laws, but ethically it was wrong.
Correct.
That's not up to me to decide.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
up to
leave
someone
that
else.
up
Yeah.
to whoever we decide to send this to, correct?
Right.
Right. So, yeah. So,
This will be the first complaint of 3,
installment.
pretty much, for several different reasons. Each person is going to have a different interest. This
Correct.
one is in particularly to the Antitrust Division for a violation in Ailes Asphalt's plea agreement.
Correct.
That I believe was a violation.
So, the other thing that I wanted to ask you is, do you think some of these contracts that we give out are costing the citizens and the taxpayers more money than we could if we did the bid process correctly?
I can't say that about every project. This one in particular, it could have come out differently because of the add-on of the amount of the project was after the bidding and before the contract was signed, which is so unethical to do that.
Right.
So I just kind of wanted to break it down on how I have it in the letter here, and then maybe that'll explain a little bit better
Okay.
where I'm coming from.
You got that. You got the microphone, huh?
Oh, yeah, I know. Okay. So from what I understand and what I see and what I've looked at is that they were charged with bid rigging in January 23rd of 2024. And when the
Correct.
charges came down, it doesn't look like it took long for Ailes Asphalt to agree to that and plead guilty. That was just done on February 6th. So that's like, a week and a little over a week after. So, and that was a good thing to go ahead and just admit to that and get it done and over with, not drag anything out. But then the city, what does the city do? They put out for public bid a project, a CDBG project. And they put it out on I got those dates wrong. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Look for it. I want to ask you a question.
Oh, it was December 23rd, 2023. That's when he pled guilty. I was looking at the wrong stuff. I'm sorry. That's when they pled guilty to bid rigging. And then on January 4th, that's when he signed the plea agreement.
Correct.
Okay. Then January 23rd, not too long after that, they put this project out on bid, public bid. Ailes Asphalt pulled the plans. It's there. The bid results come in on the 6th, and he turned out to be the lowest bidder for that project. But after he became the lowest bidder, they added on a larger part of the contract, which is what I feel is unethical to do that, because the other bidders weren't given that that privilege to do that. They were left behind.
So it could be more than just unethical, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
I would think.
I think it is. I think the whole thing was horrible.
And I think the mayor was trying to downplay the bid rigging wording.
Well, that's what drew me to do
Right.
this.
So-
because
As I'm looking at the Department of Justice website here, it clearly states this was bid rigging,
yes,
and this was a crime.
11 times in the plea agreement it calls bid rigging.
Correct.
So when this was presented in front of council, it was how do you even describe
Downplayed?
this? Downplayed terribly.
Yeah.
You know, the mayor himself says he's been charged, I think, on two things. Okay, on two things. It wasn't just two things. It was two different co-conspirators over a period of 5 to 6 years.
Right.
It wasn't just two things. It was a number of things over a period of 5 to 6 years. 2 counts with 2 different people. That's just not two things.
But
And then to say his bid on, he bid on this prior to even coming out. He pled guilty before they even put it out for advertisement for bid. The guilty plea was already there. And then they put it out for bid. And then he comes in low bidder. And then when he comes in low bidder, they not only give him their job, but they add on more on top of the job.
So really not low bidder.
I wouldn't consider it low
No.
bidder because the other bidders didn't have
No.
a chance
And-
to
and-
rebid.
And this is the way this administration handles our money,
Yeah,
our
pretty
taxpayer dollars, our any federal funds that we get, all that, and it's not benefiting the city at all. When you got people running around, as I'm at city council meetings, a guy running around keeps saying, and I'll get his name. I don't know his name right now, but I'll get it. Hey, their bid's the best, and we should use them, and da 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 dee da da da. Well, look it's not. It wasn't, and we were fooled. But don't think that we're going to continue to be fooled.
No, I mean, this should be
No.
eye-opening to everybody. This should
Right.
be eye-opening to say that why is a vendor being protected when he has already pled guilty to federal bid rigging?
And in
And it
that,
doesn't matter if it's federal or not federal. The fact is that it was bid rigging over a 5 and 6 year period with 2 different people.
right. So,
And that is something of concern.
yeah, of why we would continue to use a company that I don't care if they were cheaper. Because I'm going to tell you what, whoever did my street out here on Beach Daily, which was not Al's Asphalt, did a wonderful job. Quick and wonderful. And during that time, that dude who says he knows everything that goes on in the city did not know that the cable company was putting in cable all down Beach Daily the same time this company was doing the asphalt. So they had to juggle each other. Our city official, whatever his name is, I don't know, did not know that there was a cable company out here, and they had to stop to do this so they could do this work, and the asphalt company had to stop so they could do their work. And the mayor says, "Oh, but they took too long." Well, he didn't even know what was going on out here. That's the sad part about it. And I sat back and listened to these guys, and I'm going, how irresponsible can somebody be that doesn't know what's going on the street, that they're doing the asphalt, and has the gall to say they took too long when he didn't realize and didn't even know that a cable company was putting in cable same time.
Look at this whole deal right here with doing this whole thing right after something happened like that is just beyond. It just doesn't make any sense. It's only favoritism. It can't be anything else but that. It just can't be. And then I go through the records and I find that this is my whole thought. All right, I'm trying to do this properly, but it's just my mind is spinning. After this happened, I did a little bit more research, looking at a few other things, and I just I can't get over how they handled everything else after this. Okay, so Al's goes in there and they get put out a procurement for one job, right, in 2020, just this past year. And it was like $1 million for road maintenance. That's what they got everything underneath is road maintenance. Well, then the following council meeting, all of a sudden they want approval for another $4 million.
Right.
Okay, you
I
didn't
remember
know
that.
you needed $4 million 2 weeks before that. I mean, these are the things that go in front of council that I just don't understand. You knew you had to have a lower number to get them passed for one thing, right? I mean, that's just what it is because everybody is still wondering what happened with Al's Asphalt in the city. Really?
So I have a question. I thought there was something that we talked about where those streets that were so important that they bypassed them for several years.
Yeah, it wasn't really a bypass. I think what happened was Al's bid on a project with one of his co-conspirators in 2023 for the 23-24 asphalt maintenance contract, I call it.
Right.
There's only two bids, his and his co-conspirator, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that contract went through and he was working it, but it was never extended into the next year.
But
right?
that's why.
Well, see, here's the thing. Not only was it never extended into the next year, but there was not even, from what I can see, any contractor for any maintenance between 24 and 25.
Which left those people on those streets
Exactly.
really upset. And then the city played it like it was because the girls didn't vote. Now, let's get into that part, too.
Yep.
Because they're not being represented by our city attorney.
That's what they feel. They're not being represented.
And I see it clearly.
I see it.
And all they're doing is it's just like the way they handled Garza when he ran for office. They said, he's going to make this a what kind of city?
Sanctuary
city, this and that, which was total BS. And this is what they're doing now against these girls who are standing up for our citizens and for our money, our tax dollars.
Okay, I can't find, and I've asked many questions. Where was the asphalt contractor for the 24-25? There just wasn't one.
Right.
Okay? So why wasn't it go out for bid?
Yep.
You know why? If I look in the City of Taylor's purchasing policy, right, underneath debarment suspension, because he's found guilty, pled guilty. I looked underneath there, and it says that they would suspend for a year. Well, guess what they did? It looks like they did. But did anybody know? I don't think so.
No.
Why wouldn't you have bid an asphalt maintenance contract out for 24-25 when it's been done since 2013? And all of a sudden we don't. And then we do again.
Right. Now
and then it's $1 million, and then it turns out to be $5 to $6 million.
Now we're trying to make this easily understandable to all the citizens. We want them to know exactly what we're talking about and how we're, speaking on it, because some people don't know, some people don't care, but we have to care because that is a lot of money.
It's a ton of money.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest contract
Yeah.
that the city puts out. Other than towing, that's another one.
Yeah, but the towing we don't pay anything for,
I know.
right?
I know.
And they're making that like the biggest deal there is, when really all they're doing is hiding this. You know, the puppet master there, our mayor, the puppet master, he's got 6 or 7 of his guys out there getting tons and tons of money from this wannabe tow company who wants the vote. And it's not illegal, but it's really unethical. And this is the thing that this administration has been doing and continue doing, and they're just totally unethical.
They stay under the radar of legality.
Yep.
They stay under the radar.
Yep.
And that's what they did in this case for the federal project with Els. They stayed under the radar. They said he hasn't been committed. You're right, he hasn't been committed. That gavel didn't go down, right?
Yep.
He was still allowed to build on federal funds up till March 18th. Okay? So we squeezed everything in there to get this all done
Before
March 18th,
Right.
and he couldn't bid on them
Right.
again. Right?
And
that was the last job that I could find that he was awarded to, because they did not extend his contract.
and all
And
these
they did not put it out for bid again.
places that we're going to send this information to make sure there is a full investigation done of this city.
Well, this first complaint only has to do with the antitrust division,
Correct.
because in Els Asphalt's plea agreement, and I can read it real quick if you want me to,
Yeah,
and then it'll tell you. I should have been more prepared, but I'm not. I'm just tired.
that's all right.
Okay,
we got
it
a lot
says-
of time.
I
This is
know,
my show.
I
This
know,
ain't the
it's
city.
okay, it
You get
doesn't
3
have to.
minutes.
Okay, it says the defendant expressly agrees that it will not, through current or future attorneys, directors, officers, employees, agents, or any other person authorized by the defendant to speak on his behalf. Els Asphalt has been authorized, every mayor has been authorized to speak for Els Asphalt. They do it all the time when they represent him in front of a council.
But now it's illegal.
But now, yes, because it went against its plea agreement. It says, if you, where is it at here?
Maybe that fine attorney that the city has should
You know,
have been on
if
top of it.
anything is said, on the contrary to or against what was said to in the plea agreement, or downplaying any of his charges, okay, it's got to be corrected.
Right.
The Woolley is going to have to come forward and repudiate everything that he said, because he himself said people want to call it bid rigging, but it's not. In the plea agreement, it's mentioned 11 times bid rigging. It is actually bid rigging.
And it's said on their website, bid rigging. It
Right,
don't make
but I mean, it is. That's what it was. It wasn't anything else but that.
So
And to
then my
represent it
question-
and downplay it is unethical, and it went against his plea agreement. Now, Els Asphalt has to pay for what the mayor did. Now, if I was Els Asphalt, I'd be pissed.
no doubt.
I'd be angry.
No doubt.
that happened. and
So
went
why
through.
do you think the mayor did that?
Favoritism? What else could it be?
Yeah.
What else could it be? You tell me.
I'm sure there could be a lot of other things too,
It's
but
favoritism.
it's just like the tow contract. It's just like the contract for the garbage. It's just like Michigan Sign getting all the contracts. All this stuff is just too. I don't know. It's. I'm sure that somebody else will find out the real reason.
I don't know. All I do is just
They
report
did
That's
it to the last administration. I'm sure there's always leaks in the dam, right?
This to me was the worst thing I've seen come out of City of Taylor in a long time. Is what was done here with this job.
And the big thing about that is they didn't explain this properly. They didn't want to let the citizens know about
No.
this. They kept this under wraps. They used the 3 girls like they're the worst ones in the world, when in all reality it's the administration.
It's the administration we have a problem with. It really is.
No
it
doubt.
really is.
So I'm telling you, you got to take care of your votes. Don't let these people continue fooling you. They got the 6 little puppets out there, or the puppet master, trying to get your votes and not being truthful, because they don't know either, probably. I highly doubt any one of those guys running on the side of the puppet master Tim Woolley know about any contracts.
No,
I bet you they have no knowledge.
That's a problem with the people on that go for council. I mean, and I always asked what experience you have in contracting or contracting,
Yes.
and nobody really knows. Nobody knows. And then if you can't ask your own attorney, your own city attorney or council there, information to clarify anything, and they feel like they're not getting those answers, that's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And the city attorney also downplayed those charges too.
Yeah, well, that's that he's
said-
the other puppet.
He says that it was a private large project. It was just one instance. Just one instance. Bid rigging 11 times mentioned over a period of 5 and 6 years. So I wouldn't feel comfortable asking me any questions either.
Well-
He did the same thing here. It was just one instance of the charges against Al's Asphalt. It wasn't. It was many, over a period of many years.
Yeah, many years.
So there should be concern. And I feel sorry for the girls not feeling represented, because I wouldn't feel it either.
Represented
Right.
for sure.
yeah, I
Because
wouldn't feel it
they
either.
keep getting put down by, I think, even a lower class of people. If you're going to continue putting these guys down and you don't even have the facts to prove what you're trying to pull the eyes over on people, pull the wool over the eyes of people, it's sad. It's sad. And I think from what this city has gone through over the last 5, 6, 7 years, 8, 9 years, I think we should do a lot better, because we just left in 3 of the people from the previous administration, 4 of the people from the previous administration that caused a lot of problems. And to me, they're just following up on problems. They're not nothing's changing, and they're putting the girls down because they want to change to be the best, to be better for the city.
Yeah, I've never seen an election cycle like this ever. I've never ever seen it this bad.
No.
I mean, this
No.
bad. And you wonder why good people don't want to run for council. They don't want to run for council. They'll tear you up. They will rip you inside and out. For what? For what?
Yeah, well,
To win?
I beat myself up because, I had some medical issues and I couldn't get out there and knock on doors. I knocked on one door down my neighbor and talked to her. That's the only door I knocked on. And I got that many votes without knocking on doors. I probably could have did quite well if I would have been able to get out there and do it. But listen, like I told people before, I got more control and people listening to this podcast than they realize. And all it's going to do is get more and more and more, because I'm going to start giving those little $14 things to make my podcast bigger and bigger. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. And these people are going to know and have the knowledge from here on out as to why things are happening in this city. And they need to know everything and it be clearly understanding of everything. And we're going to do it. Me, Kathy.
The only way you can do that is when people get involved.
Yeah,
I've been involved
yeah.
in city politics here in the city for 6 years. I've been doing this for 6 years. People say, yeah, it's a revenge thing. You want to do this. You want to do... No, it isn't. Because you know what? 6 years ago I started. And I've been doing this that long. This is my last year. Because why? It's just, I don't get paid to do it. I do it because I have gut and I have passion and I have, values of how we do things, especially when it comes to election, when you're going to put people to make decisions for you that are just going to be, like he says, puppets. They're just going to go to the one guy that's been there
That's
forever
it,
and say,
yeah.
how do we do it?
Yeah.
And how do we do our job? The 3 people that I know won't do that are those 3 women.
And that's why That's
Yeah,
why.
and that's what I worry about all the time is getting yes people, yes people,
Yeah.
yes people. How about we have somebody that just says, "Hey, wait a minute,"
It
and then the
sticks up
minute
for
they
the
do,
city. It sticks up for
and
the
the minute they
citizens.
do,
Yeah.
this is what they get.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know?
And that's been happening like that for years here
Yeah,
in Taylor.
yeah, yeah. I
And
mean,
it needs to change. I mean, I'm begging to you people that are watch this. Make the change. We don't want to continue being that black eye in the downriver area, the black eye in Michigan here that has all these issues with their. I mean, we just sent a mayor now, a mayor, mind you, we sent to prison for 71 months, federal prison. Okay, that if that doesn't tell you there was something wrong with that administration, nothing will. And there's people that are still there from that administration. Two of them are leaving. I don't know what for, but there's one that's still there on city council that needs to be changed, and he's putting all his money and all his bets and all his stuff into these other guys that have no clue what there is in this to be city council members, because he's going to train them. And they're
That's
the
how it
puppets.
happens. It really is how
Yeah,
it happens.
yeah.
And I'm not putting a finger at a certain person. You know, I'll never do that. But, you know, I've always been taught to do my own job. If I'm going to represent people, I'm going to put the time in, you know. And I really did want to run for council, but it's too volatile this time. It's just too much.
Your husband was.
Well, I know that exactly. He's
I mean,
sick.
yeah.
That's a it's a 4-year commitment, and you know his disease. It could be he might have 5 years, 6 years. I don't know, but it's just after a while you get kind of sick of seeing things, especially like
Same
this.
old
Especially what happened here.
crap. Same old crap. It's just like, look, how you keep people. They're pushing this whole narrative about towing when that's the least important thing. That doesn't even matter. I mean, 99% of the people in this city could care less about that. What they're doing is they're covering up all this stuff they're doing besides the towing,
Yeah.
and you don't get that information because they've got this whole towing thing thinking stuck in your face, you know?
All I say is I encourage people, please look at the video from February 20th, 2024, and just watch the body language, listen to the talk. It's a nervous wreck. Nobody wants to be there, and it still passed. There was one person that said no, and that's my girl, Tina Daniels. That's my girl.
And-
she knows exactly what went on there.
And you got a mayor now.
Just look at the video.
You got a mayor now that has lied to me on several occasions about important issues, and keeps saying that he will break the law. He will continue breaking the law. No matter what, he'll break the law. He'll break the law. That doesn't show me nothing. That doesn't show the people in this city anything, except he's willing to break the law. What do you think he would do for anything else? That just
It's not. I wouldn't say break the law. I would say just under the radar. Doing
No,
that,
no,
which
no.
is worse.
when he said that he would continue after the judge cited him
Oh, you're right
for
about
breaking
that.
the law,
You're-
he continued to say he would continue breaking the law. I'm going to get a loop made, okay, there, puppet master, of your thing saying I'll do it again. I gave a 9-year contract to this company. I'll do it again.
Yeah.
I gave these guys all this money in this contract for asphalt. I'll do it again. I'll break the law again. That's all. You lied to me again. You lied about doing background stuff and being CJIS certified, and I caught you, okay? And you weren't. But you'll do it again. I know you will, no matter what. How many times you told me I'm going to put up a net by your house? I just cashed in 300 and something balls at Play It Again Sports. Well, just because guys can't hit the ball this far, they said. Well, I tell you, you're wrong. Okay, I've had my door broken, and you've paid for it because my door was broken. And you've paid for windows broken over the years. when Perret or whatever his name was, another buddy of the last administration, was running the show, the rec show. But yeah,
It's just a matter of principle. Can we just have some principle? Can we have some principles with our administration? Can they just understand that, don't go around the bush, don't beat around the bush.
do you think any other city council member besides Tina Daniels, who voted against it, knew exactly what they were voting for?
Who voted against the seed
Yep.
DBG project?
Yep.
If they didn't know, they should have known. And
Right.
there are, I just see people pushing so much and getting this so much about this tow and so much about what's going on there. Why didn't we get the same out of this?
Exactly.
Why didn't we get the same vigor and voice out of this? I mean, it just went unlooked at. It was just, and as a matter of fact, when this happened in February 20 in that council meeting, I posted it right away. I mean, within 6 days, it was on my feed. Go look in the feature page. I brought it up right away, and it just fell by the wayside like it always does. This kind of work that I do is not very satisfying at all. Okay, because it doesn't get heard, which is, I expect that to happen because heck, you got one page or whatever, but it doesn't take away the value and the importance of how bad this is, especially with a federal project dealing with somebody that.
Here's what I want to do. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
That's okay.
But I want to do this. All these guys, Wallace, Thede, Armstrong, Pratt, especially Pratt, all these guys, I want to come on this show and tell me what they know about these contracts. Tell me, are they qualified to be? I worked hard with this lady several times just to get the understanding of the city contracts, so I would know if I did become a city council member. Okay? But come on, guys. You told me it's not worth your time to come on my show. No, this is what you said. It's not in your best interest. And I agree, it's not in your best interest to come on this show and tell me what you know about city contracts, because I promise you, you know nothing. And if you're that big of cowards not to come on my show, it should show all the people in this city, and I'm going to make sure that people see this podcast a lot of times, many times, okay? Even if I have to pay out of my own pocket, which I did. I don't know if somebody sent me a thing that I didn't pay for. I got all the receipts, okay? I use credit cards. I'm good. Nobody paid for anything for me. I pay for everything for myself. But to tell you to say it's not in your best interest to come on my show. No, it's not on your best interest. You know why? Because you know nothing about these contracts. And for them to vote for you is worthless because you know nothing about these contracts. And I'm a little uptight right now, a little on fire right now, and it's only going to get worse. I don't care.
Okay, but listen, I want a well-balanced council, okay? So my husband and I are supporting two of those people, okay? We are supporting them because I want a balanced council. And the two people that we are supporting are more balanced than the ones that I see out there. I mean, but that's okay. That's my personal opinion, okay? And that's okay. We don't have to agree on that. But we both want change. We both want this to be fixed, okay? Right?
I just want the council to be knowledgeable.
Yes, I
in
do too.
all areas of that job, okay?
I want them to be.
I
Yes,
took the
want
time-
you want them to be knowledgeable, but boy, they got to at least have some kind of foresight about something. Okay.
I took the time to listen to this lady several times on the phone, several times at her house, several times, just whatever, just to learn, what's happening with these contracts. And this city and its administration fall way short than many cities with its who's giving the contracts out. We need a company to come in and handle that. We've hired a company to handle our, what is it? The, not the, what's next to the clerk's office, walking down the aisle there. Not treasurer, but the other ones that handle all the taxes and everything. Yeah, we handle that. We pay for that company. We need to pay for a company to come in and handle our contract because.
Oh, they can handle them. Just get the right people on council. Just get the right. You just need somebody with a little bit of drive. Somebody that's going to go beyond a paycheck. That's what it takes. Go beyond the paycheck.
We need the company or somebody. I would think a company would do it best to make it clearly state how these contracts are, what they're running, why should we vote for them, why should we not vote for them, that type of thing. We don't need just that. Here, we'll vote. It's okay, whatever it is, we'll vote. Yeah, we'll vote yes. I know you want us to vote yes. We'll vote yes.
No.
We can't have that.
No, you can't have that. You have to do your job. You have to get in. One thing I say is look at the protocols for purchasing. Look at the purchasing agreement we have. Look at it. Tells you everything you need to know. And if something rings a bell in your head, don't be afraid to ask.
Who's paying for these videos that you're seeing on TV about the tow contract? Who's paying for all this stuff that's being put in our mailbox about it? Who's paying thousands of dollars to each city council member that they want to be elected? When you see that, you'll know what the wrong situation is.
I think it's a deflection from what matters that are more important. Okay?
No doubt about it.
And it's our administration. And
No
that's what
doubt
we have
about
to
it.
look at. And the only people that can change that are the people that are going to be on council. The only way is to ask questions and find out why we're doing these things. Why is there favoritism overrun in our city? It is there. You just have to open your eyes and see it.
And
don't be a yes person.
Vote for the right person for mayor.
Just vote. Vote according to our own laws, our own, charter. Stay within that realm. If you want it changed, change it, but don't go against it.
No, I mean,
I've seen times like this, a couple of times I've looked up a bit of information, and on the bid results, which they send the bid results to people that already bid, right? The people that bid, you will get the bid results are posted. If you look down a little box in the lower. It'd be the left-hand corner. It shows on $1, $2, $3 million contracts, Al's Asphalt 3% vendor credit. But our purchasing policy says under $1 million. But they still put that, even though he doesn't get it, it's still there for the other bidders to see. And they go, how are we ever going to have a chance to get a job if there's a 3%?
That's exactly.
How are they ever going to know?
The people I've talked to, people I know that own businesses, they say it's not even.
It's
they
not
won't
even worth
even
a
go.
while.
Yeah,
I've talked to them.
to go into the city to try and bid on it. It doesn't matter if you even come in as the lowest bidder. They're still going to get the contract, and then they'll be given a bunch of money on top of that after that contract is signed, because they leave the numbers out.
You're talking about the zero quantity bids?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that at all. I don't like the zero quantity bids because that can be negotiated between the contractor and the city without any other bidders involved. That's just not good to do that.
And hey, to the puppet master puppets, you fellas, if you know much about this whole contract stuff, yeah, anytime, man, anytime, come on. But I know you're afraid. I understand.
Listen, I'm open. My door's always open too. Anybody got any questions or want to talk about things?
To learn.
I'm open
To learn.
And I'm supporting two of you out there. Okay, and anytime you want to come by and talk to me in private, whatever it is, but things got to be known. This kind of stuff right here with this federal, it's got to stop. It can't happen like that. To just be under the radar of the law,
And you can't.
And go to the unethical route.
And you can't just vote for people. There's a reason why they're in a crew all together. Okay, because then the mayor will just say, I want this done, this done, this done. And they'll say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. Well, we don't need that. Okay, that will doom this city. That will take this city and give control to somebody, and you won't like what happens then.
I
Okay?
just don't want people voted in just because of a towing issue. There's other issues out
Right,
there that's
right.
just not towing, and to focus that on, and these people running and all their brochures focusing on that, it's the wrong thing to do because there's something much more worse at an administrative level.
And I'll tell you what, if you're a city employee, if I was you, I would be thinking twice about, look at how many lawsuits there are against the city as we speak. We could
Too many.
very well be put into a situation where we're under the state control. Okay? It happened. It was close before. It could very well happen. You never know. So what happens to your jobs, to your benefits, to all that stuff? Look at the city of Detroit. They'll tell you. Ask the police officers that we hire at places to do security just because they don't have insurance no longer. But hey, I think today went pretty
Yeah,
well.
and you know what? Listen, I just want people to be informed. Just vote informed and go to Taylor in the Know because I'm telling you, I'm going to be posting here and there, and everything I ever post is with facts. I don't leave that out at all. It's no hearsay. It's none of that crap, I mean, it's just down and dirty the truth.
And that's what you get here.
That's what you have to vote. You have to look. You have to see. We can't keep going like this.
I mean,
You
I
know?
did this. This is in my living room, okay? And it stays here all the time for you, for the people in this city of Taylor, okay? I didn't do this for one's purpose or this purpose or any other purpose, but to enlighten the city and its citizens, its taxpayers, on what's happening here in this city. And I'll continue to do it. I told them even though I didn't get voted in, I'm still going to make, a stand right here. I was better that I didn't because I can do more for you guys here than I could have there.
I wish I could have. I really wish I could have run for council. I really do wish I could have.
But hey, man, I think me and Kathy enlightened you guys quite a bit here today, and we'll continue to do so. I'll have this downloaded on Facebook real soon today, and I just hope you guys understand, and God bless you all.
Yeah, we're on
And,
our way out, and sorry about the little bit of confusion in the beginning there. I just had a long day. But hey,
We'll see
better
ya.
luck next time, huh?
We'll see you.
Thank you.